love small biz.
Here's a quick story about a small business in my area where I know the owner. And at the time this happened, he was doing about $3 million a year in sales. And he thought his expenses were out of control. And he knew that I had some good information that I'd shared before about improving financial results. And he asked me if I'd come over to the business and help explain to his people how it benefits everybody in the company if the company is more successful and profitable. So I did that. And after I went home, it was probably, 2 months later, and we were on the phone, and he told me about one success story that really stuck out. So there's a woman in the company who, among other things, was in charge of ordering office supplies. They had a list, and so when somebody needed something, they just add it to the list, and she would buy it. And the way she did it is she liked to go out at lunch, and she'd go by the local Sam's Club to buy office supplies. But if she didn't have time to do that, she would just order them from Amazon. So about expenses and reducing them and all that sort of thing related to improving the business. She got inspired by that, and she decided to make a list of the most common things they were buying on a regular basis and to compare prices. And what she found was that, let's say there were about 50 items, I think is what she said, and about half of those were cheaper if you would buy them from Amazon, and the other half were cheaper from Sam's Club. So she made a commitment to herself to try to buy the items based on where they were the cheapest and not whether she was going to be making a lunch run to Sam's Club that day. Again, I think it was a couple of months when I got this feedback, and she reported that she had saved about $500 simply by using her list. So she wasn't buying fewer things. She didn't buy different things. She was buying what was on the shopping list, but by simply checking to see where the price was better and using that as a simple system. She saved quite a bit of money for the company, but that was just a start because there were other people in the company also buying things, not office supplies, but cost of goods sold types of things that went into the products that we're building, repair and maintenance supplies and services and more. So she set an example for everybody in that business. So I think that there were really two lessons here. One is, if you will simply get out of the old mold, the old way of doing things, and be willing to look at things slightly differently, like she did, with simple changes. But I think the more powerful, the more important lesson learned here is initiative. This woman took initiative. Nobody asked her. Nobody told her. She simply listened to what was said and then on her own went off and took the initiative without telling anyone. And she made a significant impact in a short time. It's like a 1-2 punch. If you can get your people to take initiative and get them to break old habits, get out of old ways, think a little differently, do something new, imagine the impact that could have on your company. This owner later told me that this woman was the last person he'd ever expect to take the bull by the horns. But she did. He didn't know who he had. So it won't always be your stars. Don't count out your usual lower performers or people that don't normally speak up. So here are some marching orders for you. Number 1, go hunting for expense reductions. They are all over the place, all up and down your profit and loss statement. Number 2, find ways to cultivate and encourage initiative. Celebrate it, encourage it, recognize it, reward it, bake it into your company culture. It will happen over time, not overnight, but that's okay. Expenses is a good way to start, but think of all the other ways that your team could impact the business by taking initiative. How you do things, why you do things. Should you even be doing certain things? Who does them? When do they do them? Lots of opportunities for improvement if people will only watch for them and take the initiative.
I love small biz.